Hi, this is Gary Schultz from Selcon Reef. Today we're going to talk about some feeding methods for surgeon fishes and tangs. We all just go to the store and we buy nori of some kind. You can buy nori from the Asian market. You can buy nori from various packaged types, Ocean Nutrition and Julian, Sprung. They all have their own nori, and it's good for our tangs to eat nori pretty much at least 3 times a week. You should feed them that. Right out of the package, it doesn't have maybe all the elements that help your tang stay healthy. I do some things to mine that add some enrichment to it, vitamins and some garlic, and I'm just going to show you how today, and then show you some different methods for putting it in your tank so the tank can enjoy it. So hope this helps, and hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. Okay, we've got a couple of pretty nice tanks here, and we're going to go ahead and make some food for them. You can see got some rubber banded to the rock there already, so we're going to go ahead and come over here and make some food. The stuff I'm going to use is this is Mago 1 red seaweed in this bag here, and then we've got some Julian Sprung green seaweed, and we're going to go ahead and show you what I do to make some food. So the first thing I'm going to do is get a little bit of tank water, not too much, and then we're just going to put that there, and then I'm going to go ahead and get some Selcon, which everybody I'm sure is familiar with, and then I like to use this Kent garlic. You can use, there's a product called garlic as well that really it's about the same thing. It's very strong garlic, and so we're going to go ahead and I'll show you what I do. So I take shake this up a little. So I take just one dropper full of the Selcon, put it in there, and you can see there's not much tank water in there. I don't think there's a science really to this, how much you put in there. And then I take a half a ampule of this garlic, put it in there, and I like to get this right back into the fridge so it doesn't spoil on us. So I'll leave that out for you while I do this, just so you can write it down or whatever you're doing. So, I would never give my fish a piece this big, so I like to take and cut them in half. So we'll go ahead and get a few of these ready to go. Actually, I think I put too much water in. Take a little bit more here. There's a color that I kind of go by with this. That's our red. Much of this green left, but I like to keep it separate. I've got a big purple tang and another tank, and he doesn't care for the red, even with the garlic in it. He doesn't care for that as much as the Julian Sprung sea veggies in the green. So what I do is I've got a couple of baggies here labeled, one for each kind, and we'll put it in the Veggies when we're done. So then what I like to do is lay out some wax paper. I've used parchment paper as well, but it seems to get pretty soaked pretty fast. So I find this wax paper is better. And so there's not much to this. Let me tell you. I'm just gonna go ahead and soak these guys and lay it out on the wax paper here. You know, it's nice to lay it out flat. It'll kind of wrinkle up when it dries, which I'll show you here in a few minutes. But that's all there is to it for the soaking. Okay, well, so we've got all the nori soaked in the garlic and Selcon mix, and there's a little bit left here. I don't have any more nori. So what I like to do is save that, and you know, you can use it for other things, like you know, you can soak your other foods in this before you feed it. For example, miced shrimp, or you could even soak your flake food with this mix here. You know, when I've got fish that are new, especially, I always make sure that I'm putting the garlic in their food, and some of the Selcon, which is basically vitamin C. And the reason is that it helps them fight off. You know, the garlic will help with the ick if there's any parasites on the fish. They don't want to be on the fish if he's got garlic coming out of his pores, or out of his gills, I should say. You know, the Selcon just helps them fight off any other diseases that they might have. So we're going to leave this sit overnight, and then we'll come back tomorrow and put it in the bag. Go ahead and it's been a couple of days now. It's been drying here, and we're going to go ahead and put it in the bags. And you can see it isn't the easiest thing to peel off of this wax paper at this point, because I guess I let it dry too long, but it's not too bad, and it's nicely dried at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and put the green in the green bag and the red seaweed bag, and that way I'll know when I'm feeding which one I'm working with. And so we'll be done with this. Now, you know, we feed our fish a variety of things here. I've got the omega-1 flakes, which is pretty common. Once in a while we put in some krill for the anemones, and our shrimp actually likes this. These brine shrimp blocks I haven't used very often, but this one here, what I do is in my auto feeders I put a portion of each of these flake foods in. This one's for the Tangs, and then we also put in some of this Spectrum Vera for and it'll drop to the bottom pretty quickly is one problem with that, but it kind of helps to mix the food into the auto feeder. I'm using these Aqua Chef feeders, which can be modified to work with an Apex system. I haven't done that with these yet, but I find them to be very reliable. There's one on each of our tanks here, and then we also have the Apex feeder up here, which is working with our feeding ring, which right now the water's shut off, so the water's pretty low, but we made our own hopper and our little feeding chimney there so that the fish can, the food kind of stays contained rather than dropping down and blowing all over into the water column. We also use a variety of foods. Mysid shrimp, PE mysid. I like the Larry's. The herbivore frenzy, boy, the Tangs. All of the fish love this. This standard Larry's Reef Frenzy, for some reason, my fish don't care for it as much as I thought, as much as other people say. We also have the rods food, which the fish love the rods, and then this is just some mysis that I purchased at a discount store. But and then here's our remaining juice that we used on our nori. So thanks for watching another episode of Cyclone Reef.